What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Plant and Push.
Yo, Leaf here. To my left, I got.
Deuce.
Man, today we're going to be talking about something that has been very transformative, I would say, for my life in the
Yeah?
last, say, 2 years, especially with my therapist and things, but emotional maturity.
Oh, yeah. Well, we kind of touched on that before, but
For
I feel
sure.
like that's one thing that you can never get enough.
Oh, absolutely, bro. But specifically with emotional maturity is just emotional choices. I think there's, what's the best way to put it? Sometimes there's situations or maybe people, places, things, whatever you want to call it, they happen or change, like we were talking about last episode. And with those experiences comes emotions and whatnot. And we have essentially we come to a crossroads where we can decide to act one way or another way. Have you ever found yourself in that instance where you're like, okay, like something just happened, I can either go left or right in that sense?
Ooh, which one are you defining, left and right?
Well, whatever you want. Have you
Yeah.
seen? Oh, have you seen that picture where it's like one side is just like dark and gloomy, a bunch of
Yeah.
trees, the other side
That's
is
what
like
I'm
the
saying.
castle
That's what
and
I'm
like
saying,
sunshine
dude.
and stuff.
Oh, shoot. But yeah, man, pretty much every day. But like, are you talking about like in everyday little decisions? Or are you talking about like things that are kind of on a larger scale when it comes to like big moments in your life? Or what are you speaking of?
Let's start with everyday kind of small things.
Every day.
Yeah.
Yes. Actually, we've been working with them. Well, we've had a couple sessions with a mental performance coach that's been coming and talking to our staff.
Oh, nice.
And he talks about like one of the first mental toughness tests there is waking up and not snoozing your alarm. And so today was one of those days where I'll just be completely honest with you, was one of the few days that I didn't snooze my alarm. Once 4:15 hit, I was like, yep, I'm up now.
What?
It helped that I didn't want to wake up Haley, but because like whenever I have to wake up like that, like I put my phone somewhere else so it makes me literally stand up to go get it. That was a tactic I learned in college when I slept in like the first week that I was there, bro. And mind you, I was hurt, right? So, like I came into college.
Yeah.
We all know that story at this point, but no, it was like Risto was like, man, hey, telling all of us freshmen, like, hey, if you guys make a mistake, just fess it and fix it. Like, come up to me and tell me what happened,
Yeah.
and then just be better from there on.
Yeah.
And of course, like, I'm bottom of the totem pole. Like, nobody knows. I mean, they know me at this point a little bit,
Yeah.
but they don't know what I'm capable of on the field, no, those sorts of things. So it's like, all right, here comes this freshman that really shouldn't even be here, like at this time because he's hurt.
Yeah.
Shout out to Risto for always being that dude. But no, so like it was probably, bro, like my third day.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, on
It's just my
campus.
third day out
Yeah.
here.
And like I didn't just wake up late. Like I woke up like an hour late.
Ooh, brother.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I can't wait,
Yeah,
man.
that type of thing. You- I woke up sweating. You know what I mean? It was just like, okay,
Yeah.
in a panic, like
Yeah.
there's literally nothing else I can do besides just get up and go.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like ever since then, I try like especially when it's important days, like I really got to make sure that I'm up.
Yeah.
Like I'll set either just one alarm away from my body that makes me literally stand up to go turn it off, or else it's gonna wake up everybody else in the house.
Yeah.
Or I'll do that and then have like multiple. So I got to make a circle in my room and like, all right, now I'm getting my steps in. I'm up for the day.
Oh, what?
Bro, I'm telling you, like the trauma that came from, because I was like, coach, I was like, man, I effed up.
Yeah.
He's like, what'd you do? I was like, I slept in late. He's like, it's like happens. Just don't let it happen again.
Yeah.
But yeah, I tell you what, man, like the trauma from that, and I'm the guy, of course, that is the accountability guy when people are late, like to practice and everything, and or to like weights, because like I said, we start weights at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
And if they're late, they're doing bear crawls. Yeah, 200 bear crawls.
200.
200, yeah. 200 yards.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
I
was
mean,
like, good Lord.
I don't even know how you'd count.
Yeah.
All right, 1, 2.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, like there's this kid even today. He showed up like, bro, just a couple minutes late, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, bro, like I hate doing it, but like you have to hold a standard.
Yeah.
But long story short, yeah, man, my trauma from waking up late that one time, my freshman year of college, I'm like, yeah, I can't. I gotta set this alarm. So, long story short, to answer your question, like everyday type of things, like today was like that one day, that one time example of like where I was in that fork in the road where I was like, all right, I can go turn this alarm off and go back to bed, right? Or I can just be up.
Yeah.
And I made the decision. I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna sleep an extra 9 minutes or whatever the snooze on Apple phone is.
Yeah.
9 minutes, however that makes sense. But now I was like, all right, I'm up. Took a shower. Like, actually, it took some time to get ready.
Yeah.
And so I wasn't just like, going through the day like feeling rushed towards every single little thing.
Yeah.
You ever feel like that? Like when you already wake up, like first thing you got to do is rush, and then you feel like you're rushing the rest of the day.
Yeah. Oh man, the rest of my day goes to shit after that. After I'm like rushing, oh man. In a sense too, it comes with emotional discipline. I feel like we touched base on like having that decision of, hey, I'm just gonna get up. And with that, do you ever feel like when you do have that very first action, when you don't hit snooze, you wake up, you feel like it's not a bad snowball effect, but like a good snowball effect of like, okay, like the next thing is happening on time, it's going well, and like it's just you're having a good series of actions happening.
100%. And one of the things that even having one-on-ones with Jordan is, I've talked about like my schedule, because I think I've showed you kind of how I mapped it all out, and it looks like a coloring book with all the labels and everything. But no, it's just like taking the conscious effort and time to have that time in between things. Mm-hmm. So like waking up, not just feeling like, okay, I got to hit the door and be out.
Yeah.
It was taking a shower, getting things ready, like getting all my food ready for the day, because there was a number of things that I had to do because I wasn't going to be able to go home in between and all those sorts of things. And so, no, it just like allowed me to have that space to have the time in between those little things and recollect myself in a sense, to get my mind right for whatever is next.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things, even in our tracking system, that or the thing that we're coming up with, that that was my like mission of the day for today, was to just go through the day with patience and being present. And I think that really helped me today.
Nice, bro. Mm-hmm. I'm glad that the tracking sheet is going well. I still need to fill out mine. Yesterday was a good first day. We'll definitely talk more about this in depth, but it was good. I think having that, not having, but seeing it actually in full about what am I doing, and then also at the end of the day thinking about, okay, like what did I do, and thinking back at it in a sense. But nice, man. I think too what comes to mind is when people think of like emotional maturity, they think of it as far as like strictly emotions and like relationships with other people. It's not just that. Like, emotional maturity is a very broad thing, and it comes in those small choices. Like, I have to be emotionally disciplined, but emotionally mature enough, like, hey, like, I'm not going to go back to sleep. I'm going to wake up and get my day going. Like, for me, Thursdays, my worst day. Like,
Really?
Yeah, bro.
Friday Eve, bro?
Yeah, bro. I just don't understand. Even since like high school, dog, I just don't know what about it. Maybe it's because it's getting close to the end of the week. I know Friday's coming, something like that. But that is probably my least emotional mature day as far as just like waking up, or like emotional discipline as far as those choices, and just getting up. But I certainly need to be better about it. Any other day, fine. I don't know what it is about it. Mondays, but who doesn't hate Mondays, bro?
I know, freaking. Oh, so here's this other thing, right? Like he in that first session with the coaches,
Yeah.
he had us all stand up, and he was like, "All right, sit down when you hear your favorite day of the week."
Yeah.
And you know, he started with Tuesday on
Yeah.
purpose, and obviously nobody was sitting down on Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday there was a couple. Friday, you know, like Rube and Enrique, we sat down.
course.
I sat down. I was like, yeah, it's the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
And then Saturday, of course, majority Sunday. And then by the end of it, freaking Mags and Jacek, our head coach, he was still standing. And he was, the dude asked him, he was like, so why Monday? And then Mags was just like, I'm retired. It was the first one I thought of. I was like, all right, whatever.
Yeah.
but then Jacek was like, yeah, it's work day. And we were just like, we looked at him like, bro, quit bullshitting. But no, I mean, there's like a whole bunch of stuff that he went into that being the favorite part or being a favorite day for people about like being elite versus, you know, not being elite and being 1% versus not and those sorts of things. And I'm like, that's cool and all. I'm like, maybe I do need to change my perspective about Mondays a little bit more.
For sure.
But you ain't still, nah.
Yeah,
You ain't gonna catch me with trying to say that Monday's my favorite day.
Nah. If I had to pick a favorite day, low key, I like Wednesdays.
Really?
It's so weird. Like, just in the middle of the week.
Yeah.
You know?
Wednesdays are your favorite days, and Thursdays are your least.
Yeah.
How does that make any sense that your favorite day comes before your least?
Yeah, bro. I feel like it's the middle point of the week, and I feel like that's when I really get into a groove, and that's when I enjoy myself most. And like, okay, now I've got the Monday sleepies out, Tuesday, you know, just getting the rest of it out, you know. Now Wednesday, like, all right, now I'm fully going and stuff. And then Thursday hits for whatever reason, dog, just. Then Friday, and it's like, all right, we're chilling. I know it's coming after this sleep.
Yeah. No, I hear you, man. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I feel like Thursday though, you just have it's just so I try not to look ahead, but it's just like you can smell the weekend.
That
You
is
smell
true.
it coming.
I feel like actually, I lied to you. I feel like Wednesdays right now, but I hate Thursdays, but I enjoy them when football's in.
Fair.
That means there's a Thursday night game.
Something to look forward to.
Yeah,
and then
bro.
the rest of the weekend you got football to watch.
Yeah.
Man, I'll tell you what, that's my favorite. Thursdays during the
Football
during
season.
the football season are probably my favorite because one, sometimes we'll have games on Thursdays, and then you have a long weekend to be able to get all your film work done and all that stuff, and it's just like, yes, having that extra day is nice. Obviously, on the flip side, when you're going into a Thursday game, you have one less day to prepare, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's not horrible.
I'll take
I
it.
mean, the other team has the same amount of days to get ready anyway.
Oh, for sure. Even playing field.
You know what I mean? Like, even if they don't, whatever, you got to show up and win anyways.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, even obviously Friday, nothing like Friday Night Lights.
Oh, for sure.
But yeah, and then, you know, after every game, we're coaching staffs getting together and things and either celebrating a win or, you know, just like talking about what we can do better for next week, looking at the fire, like, all right, come on, boys, throw this one behind us and let's move forward.
Oh,
But yeah, it's crazy just kind of how perspectives are for each day, man.
Yeah.
It's interesting to look at and kind of just see. I would be interested to see like the science behind each day because my least favorite is probably Tuesday, just because like the angst that goes into Monday, like the anxiety that goes into Monday, like takes so much out. And this is something I really need to start getting a better grip on. But it like takes so much out of me emotionally, like we're talking about. You know, just because like just past instances and trauma, whatever you want to call it, that Mondays, you know, when you're in sales and you're like, all right, Mondays are up. Last week doesn't even matter no more. You got to call and get new business and all this other stuff so you can eat.
Yeah.
But and then Tuesdays, like, just so freaking dog tired from everything that you're dealing with Monday. Feel like you're playing catch up. At least that's how I've kind of always felt. And again, it's something I really need to do better at. But yeah, man, it's just, it is what it is.
For sure. Something that's standing out though in our conversation right now is it seems that a lot of our just things that we're doing and decisions that we made over time has led us to where we are right now as people. As far as little as alarm clocks, as little as me hating Thursdays, and name it in that sense. And I think it overall shapes us as people and as persons, individuals as well, and how we lead our lives. And what comes next is this phenomenon of thinking before we react. We've touched base on it a little bit, but can you speak a little bit more towards this idea of like a knee-jerk reaction?
Yeah. Like you were saying earlier, I think everything kind of has a snowball effect, depending on what your perspective is on it. Like, take, for example, today, decided to wake up on the first alarm and be ready to go. And then I just felt myself taking a little bit more time in all the things that I was doing. You know, became less irritable in traffic even. Yeah, on the way over here, making that hour drive in traffic and people cutting you off left and right and things. Yeah, we talked about it. But like, still, like, even going into it, I was like, all right, I know this is gonna suck, but I'm gonna embrace the suck. And you know, how many times do you hear that?
Embrace the suck.
Yeah.
Bro, my roommate said it all the time, William. Oh man.
Yeah, it's like probably to a point of nauseum. Like, bro, I'm not trying to hear that at 5 a.m. when I'm trying to get some cram studying for this test. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I mean, even just like that, like the knee-jerk reactions of, you know, not wanting to, you know, flip people off in traffic, or you know, even the kids when I'm working with them, because, man, I'll tell you what, I know we've talked about patience time and time again, but like, not just wanting to say the first thing that comes to your mind and being able to control those thoughts. Like, if, for example, man, I'll give you a bad example of this. So last week we had like a conditioning circuit where these kids, man, we put them through the ringer. So we had, like, I think 6 different stations, 7 including the one for all the hurt kids that couldn't do one of the stations or whatever.
Gotcha.
But it was like tug of war, the snake drill, the farmer's carry walk with the trap bar, the agility bags where they're just going through doing like step overs and things like that. And then the sled drill relay, so they'd have to run the sled down like to midfield, and then run with it back, like pushing it. Yeah, and we loaded a decent amount of weight on it because because we're gonna get after them. And then my drill was this 4 corners drill where you have to really pay attention to what it is you're supposed to do, or else you're gonna go all the way back to the start. I wanted to do that one because we used to do that in our spring conditioning for Pueblo, and Coach Leo was in charge of this. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do that one. I have to.
In my pocket.
I have to. Yeah. But no, so like we rotated them the opposite way. So like all the even numbered teams were rotating clockwise, and all the odd teams were rotating counterclockwise. So I was getting from one side, I was getting all the kids that were coming from the sled just dog tired. And then the other side were kids that were coming from tug of war. And so they were a little bit less tired. And so they, like I said, they were coming from each different direction. And so the kids that were coming from the sled, like, they're just all like, whew. Like, I'm like, oh, come on now. Like, get a little grit in you, you know what I mean? And, but then they would rotate after mine. And mind you, like if these kids like had like 5 in one group and 4 in another, the group with 4, one of the people had to run twice.
Oh,
Yeah, no sitting out.
yeah.
This team has to run twice.
Yeah, dang.
And there was one team where like 3 kids had to run twice.
Oh, man.
Yeah, after coming from the sled, bro.
Dog.
And I was like, it is what it is,
Yeah,
bro.
bro.
You gotta play the field as it lies.
Sucks shy.
Yeah. Throw some adversity on you.
Yeah.
But then there was this one kid who was at tug of war after my station, and he was like sitting down like all like this, and I'm like, I'm not gonna say his name. I was like, hey, if you want to play linebacker, because he's a linebacker, he's like, if you want to play linebacker here, then you better quit all that soft stuff out and stand up. And I was like, y'all are acting like this is the hardest thing you've ever done in your life. And then I sat back and I was like, oh man. I was like, this actually might be one of the hardest things that they've ever had to do in their lives, like physically. I'm like, some 15-year-old kid. And I'm like, after the fact, I was thinking about it and I was like, dang, like I probably should have just kept that one to myself, thinking about all like things involved. So take, for example, knee-jerk reaction of like, okay, here's a bad example. Probably have a little bit more bad examples. Working on the good ones so far, but how about you, man? Like, what's an example of something that you were proud of when it came to that fork in the road where you could either listen to yourself, the bad side, but instead you went and chose the good side?
I would say recently I've been doing just a lot of rewiring just my nervous system, brother. Man, it is, it's a process. We're talking like childhood, like trying to just unlearn shit, and learn better shit going forward and try to grow and be wiser and just be better with who I am, my relationship with myself, first and foremost, my relationship with other people, and just my relationship to places and things. But recently, so I would say over time, it was my senior year when I was applying for that internship at the Student Disability Center, and I actually ended up getting it and all that stuff my senior year. That was kind of like my turning point for this. And the specific thing is presenting. So, man, thinking about it, and my whole job now, I'm an instructor, but that used to scare the shit out of me, is just talking and presenting and being in front of the class and so on and so forth. Like 3rd grade, I remember this specific presentation, or was it, no, 2nd grade in Miss Boynton's class, and I did a presentation on, do you remember that, what is it, the Magic Treehouse? Where is it? Is that little boy and his sister? Yeah.
Bro, those used to be, I loved reading those books.
Bro, you know what I'm saying? So I did mine, I did a presentation on the Revolutionary War when they went back in time. Yeah, bro. Oh, man, it was such a great read at that time. But made the whole board and everything, bro. And I was like, oh, like, this is cool. I enjoyed that part because I just enjoy being creative and drawing. And then I was like, oh, like, I have to present this. Like, I'm literally up there in tears, crying.
What grade was this?
2nd grade. Yeah, bro. It's like, bro, in elementary school, I was so just painfully shy. It's so bad. And a complete 180, honestly, if you look at me now.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll talk to anybody and all, yeah.
Yeah, bro. I'll talk to a stranger for hours, bro. It don't even matter. But dude, just, man, it used to just get me going. And throughout high school, and me and Ruben would talk to in college, he was like, yeah, man, no, it kind of gets to him too sometimes. And it's like, yeah, like, these are like just different things that I used to find helpful, and other things that I used to like maybe not work, and he would share that with me, and I would just kind of go back and forth. But still, man, even like my junior year of college, I had this presentation. Not a good time. It was something that it was supposed to be 3 of us, and then one person was like, yeah, I'm not showing up today. And I was like, oh, great.
Of course.
Yeah, it's like, oh, great. So it's just me and this one dude, and it's like his senior year. So he's like, yeah, bro, I just went to the Skeller downstairs, like that bar, that Student Disability Center. I was like, oh, nice, bro. Like, I'm still here trying to scare chillers out of my mind, trying to present this thing.
Yeah, it only counts for a big part of my grade, buddy. Appreciate it.
Yeah, dog. So like we did okay, and I also feel like the teacher was just lenient, which was nice.
Thank God.
Yeah, bro. Holy crap. But man, just standing up in front of the class and just speaking and public speaking specifically is just something I didn't do well with. So fast forward, so now I'm working my new job, and it was 2 weeks ago. So 2 weeks ago, my boss was like, hey, we're gonna have, this was a month ago, but the presentation was 2 weeks ago. But my boss was like, hey, like I want you to do like a presentation, like we were talking about a couple episodes back. And I was like, okay, cool, or whatever. And like, this is fine. So like, I actually get there a day of, and she's like, hey, like, are you ready? I'm like, I'm excited. Like, you have no idea. And like, I would have never said that third grade, second grade, bro, college, none of that stuff. So in the sense of rewiring my brain and just my experiences, like, hey, it's just a conversation. You're just sharing knowledge with people, instead of seeing it as something that is detrimental or something that is super, super scary. And it's not really anything to be scared about. It's just talking. And man, even this week has been awesome, bro. It's only been day 2, and I just been trying to learn everybody's names and just trying to learn a lot more about people. Like, oh, like, hey, what's up? This other dude, he makes music in the room. So I was like, oh man, have to say what's up to this guy. And this other dude, he lived in California, so we were talking to him for a little bit. There's quite a few interesting people in there, but just trying to just interact with people, get to know them, and also let them know, like, hey, like, I'm here training with you today as well. Like, we're gonna tell you, I was doing OSHA today. Man, you can just look around the room and just tell it was one of those days.
Yeah, the energy was just out of the room.
Yeah, bro. But rewiring my nervous system to not think of such bad things, and obviously it's still a ton of work to go, and a lot of growth to do still in that sense. But it's definitely helped a lot with just me and my development. And what comes to mind is, you ever heard of the hesitation trap that Mel Robbins referred to?
I don't think I have.
It's like a quick second, in a sense. Like, let's say somebody says something like, oh, like, let's go, I'll be dramatic, let's say like skydiving, let's go skydiving. So like, we have almost like that split second thought of like, oh, okay, like, yes, that sounds fun. Or we think about it like, and then we spiral, and then we all, like, our brain starts to talk ourselves out of it.
Thinking of all the bad things. Okay,
yeah,
I got you.
Yeah, so I've been trying to work a little bit more on that in the recent years. Just like somebody like invites me somewhere, like if there's some kind of event going on or whatever the case is, I was like, yes, sounds fun. Let's figure it out on the way. And that's just it. Because I know myself, my previous self, if I were to sit there, think about it, then I'd talk myself out of all these cool experiences. And I just don't want to live that way, There's a lot to experience and live out there.
So how do you balance what you were saying? What was it called you just said?
The hesitation trap.
Yeah, so how do you balance the hesitation trap with this concept of not wanting to have knee-jerk reactions?
Yeah, so it's a work in progress for sure, depending on the situation, especially if it's something that is has a lot of emotional weight. I think that's something where I do try to be like, hey, let me actually kind of think about this a little bit.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, because we all know life happens, or like a situation happens, and you're just like, well, I don't like that shit, or like whatever the case is. Like, I can go about it like, no, or this, that, and the third, whatever the case is, so on and so forth. in like those instances where I know like there's a lot of emotional weight, where there's going to be a lot of emotional, just let's say overlap, and it's not just me, especially if other people are like involved or other things, or like with work, like those kind of different things. Like if I were to do something, I know that will impact our process, or that'll affect business relationships, those kind of different things. It's like one of those times where like, okay, like this is
Just more weight to it.
yeah,
Yeah, there's more factors than just.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I would say with like the hesitation trap, or just hesitation in general sense, taking or trying to take out that hesitation piece when it's something new, or like fun, or like out of my comfort zone, as far as like adventure, I would say.
Okay.
But yeah, emotional things, knee jerk. Definitely don't just let this shit happen.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. No, because I was like, damn, like sometimes. I see. So like hesitation trap is more so for things that are like you're saying, adventure, new,
Yeah.
positive type of deal. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
For sure, yeah. If I were to have just like the whole hesitation trap thing for knee jerk reactions, man, there'd be a lot of trouble in my life.
Man. No, I hear that. I hear that. Freaking half stepping to everything.
What you say?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. But like you said, man, that's a lot of rewiring that goes into that, and you know, to break down some of the things that come from childhood. Even I think there's a lot of substance in that. For more people than I think we realize, is like all of the things that happen in your childhood, good or bad,
Yeah.
right? Looking at it in a lens of neutrality.
Yeah.
That come up, and man, it's just interesting to see how the human mind works, and therefore everything else.
Yeah, absolutely, man. The human brain is so fascinating, and just, man, I always disagree with people like, oh, like the brain stops being, or like there's not as much plasticity after childhood, whatever case. It's like, nah, bro, like the brain is more powerful than you might think.
Yeah.
But what about you, brother, in a sense of what are some things that you find yourself trying to rewire?
Man, the concept of wealth at this point, and not trying to tie myself to earthly possessions. You know, that's, I think, my idea of wealth and success, like I think I've mentioned it even before, but just has been very misconstrued in the fact that, like, well, for one, you saw how I lived in college, bro. Like, we had it laid. We didn't have to worry about much at all.
Yeah.
And I mean, our rent payment wasn't even anything crazy either. Now, you know, I was an athlete in school that was primarily athletes and stuff. And so, like, you know, and then leaving that, I just wanted to skyrocket in terms of like being financially well off.
Yeah.
And you know, like, this is something that I'm still trying to rewire in myself, is obviously, like, that's still something that I want to accomplish one day, as far as being financially free. But I'm trying to rewire that in the sense that it doesn't, first of all, it doesn't have to happen right this instant. And that's one thing that I really, really struggle with, is wanting things in the world in the palm of my hand right now. I'm very impatient when it comes to that. And shoot, Haley will tell you the same. Pretty much everyone in my family will tell you the same, that I stress so much about trying to make things happen right this instant. And it's not healthy. It's really not. But that's what I'm trying to work on right now, is rewiring myself to be to a point where I'm not so tied in these earthly possessions of what, you know, the world tries to say that success looks like. Because I never want to be that guy that's in a home worth millions of dollars, but I'm still empty inside. You know, because how many times you hear of, I mean, obviously celebrities, but you know, that they might have everything in the world, but they're struggling on the inside.
Yeah.
Whether that's you know, a mental disorder or whatever it might be, or the fact that they just don't have true love in their life.
Yeah.
Like a family that surrounds them, that loves them and supports them, and I have that already.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have that in Haley and in my immediate family, you know, sis, ma, dad,
Yeah.
Brandon, Zai, Bry. Like,
Yeah.
that's something that I'm so wealthy in, but it doesn't show up on paper. And you know, dating back to even just football, you know, I think a lot of it, when you're talking about things that come from childhood, I think a lot of it comes from wanting to prove something. And not just to myself, well, mostly, I'll say mostly to myself, but also to like others in a way. You know, that being my family. Like, I want to provide for them and get us to a point where it's like, okay, you want to go do this? You want to go take a trip? Like, Max got you. You want to go freaking play sports? Like, that does got you. Your uncle's got you, you know, like whatever. One thing about that is being realistic just for the circumstances that I'm in right now. And not getting too ahead of myself, knowing that someday that'll all pay off and that'll all work out exactly how it's supposed to. And so, yeah, man, like, because tying it back to football is just like, you're always trying to prove something to somebody. Like, that you're good enough to be on the field. And there's always like been this sense of urgency within myself that feels like I have to prove that right now, right away. I have to make such a large impact on whatever it is that I do that sometimes I get lost in that sequence of just like we talked about before, embracing the process and being more process oriented. Man, like, I'll get super down on myself. Even freaking just yesterday had a super tough day, because it's like, man, there's so many different moving pieces in this picture right now of my life. But ultimately, like, what I'm trying to do is, first of all, like we always say, know that I'm not alone, and live by my own words. But also, like, let go of some of those things that I worry about so much, and derive my true confidence from God Himself, and knowing that, you know, just that, again, that I'm not alone, that I can derive my confidence from Him, and freaking just live as if I could make no mistakes, and carry that type of mentality on, like, or not make no mistakes, but live as if I couldn't fail in whatever it is I put my effort and energy towards. And so that's one thing that I'm trying to rewire within myself. I think that's really what it comes down to. But yeah, man, I mean, as you know, just with everything in your life too, like, it's not easy, but I think you can kind of see a vision of yourself down the road where it's like, once I have overcome these obstacles that I've created for myself.
Way back when.
Way back when.
Bro,
back to second grade.
Myself, bro.
Like, back to second grade. You feel me? And so, but yeah, man, like, it's just same thing here is like, once I see myself like getting past that barrier, and it's always going to be there, but I feel like the more reps that you have, the more equipped you are to be able to block out those negative thoughts and push forward. And, you know, because every battle that comes is going to be tougher than the last one. You have to be willing to accept that. And I'm in that mindset where I'm like, damn, like, this is hard. This is hard as shit right now, but it's not going to be the last hard thing that I go through. And I'm trying to shift my mindset to be like, okay, be rejoiceful in all of these things. And, but yeah, man, that's just kind of where I'm at right now. And it's a process, but it's more net good than it is net bad. You see what I'm saying? Like, there's more positive things that come out of it than bad. But again, we have to look at this thing through the scope of neutrality at the end of the day.
Absolutely. And eventually, after all of it, you're going to find yourself becoming the person that you're supposed to be, you know?
And that's the goal, baby.
Absolutely.
That's the goal.
Yes,
But
sir.
shoot, man. With that, I mean, shoot, we're so thankful that we have these conversations. I know we say it a lot, but I mean, first of all, it's not easy for us to get together and record in the middle of the week and things and make this thing happen, but it's worth it to us.
Absolutely.
And
Each
so,
time.
yeah, each time. And if we could ever equip y'all with the things that not only that we're going through, but that we're growing through, that's the main goal and that's the mission, man.
Absolutely. Help you become your full authentic self. Help you become everything that you're meant to be, that God has meant you as God intends you to be.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep. From this chapter to the next. And so if this video or any other video connected with you in any way, please feel free to like and subscribe. Again, we appreciate you for all the support.
Yes, sir.
And we're going to continue to do this, whether people watch it or not. So you might as well tune in.
Yes, sir. It is always.
Keep on pushing.